Welcome to Humanity Unboxed. Good morning, Michael, from the Black Dot Cafe in Laguna Beach.
The Black Dot Cafe, yeah.
That's it. Sunny in Los Angeles today?
Yes, tomorrow it's going to rain.
Ah, okay. Well, good. Yeah, the light is coming back. I just walked 4 kilometers, which is great for my
Yeah,
well-being.
lymphatic system.
That's it, yes. Little lambs are all around and the sunshine is coming through and
Perfect.
it's getting there, slowly but surely. Yeah. So it's February. It's February and we are moving into 2025. I think things are upside down and inside out, as always.
Do you think it's really that weird? I mean, I don't think it's that weird.
No,
I mean, it just is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, it's like
yeah, but it's uncomfortable. I don't think I would be very happy if I lived in the US at the moment because things are.
No, I don't think it's weird here. I swear to
Yeah.
God. I mean, I'm from Europe. You know,
Yeah.
I would tell you it's not weird at all here.
Yeah.
It's what you see on the media. See, you perceive on the media. The people. There's no difference between Biden and Trump. No difference. I don't feel that the people don't talk about it. The people. I mean, and here is very Trumpish, and at the same time very. There's both poles here.
Yeah.
Nobody gives.
But you also not listening to the media. I mean, neither am I.
Why would I?
Yeah. So I mean that's. I saw something really interesting today, and now I will share it somewhere. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But someone was saying, looking at media views. You know, how many views did CNN or Fox have in over 5 days? And Fox had some more, but it was something stupid like 184,000 views, where the authentic, the non-prompted, the other people that create content have hundreds of thousands and millions even, you know, which I think that's what makes me excited, that there's a shift from this prescripted information era into what do we feel and
the
what
systemic into human.
Exactly.
Because podcasts are very human, and they just did a research, and they say they feel they know the person in the podcast, the host, for example. If you were the host and I wasn't always here, but they think you and I are friends, and they can just shove it because it's not systemically. Oh, today we're going to talk about this, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not even acted out or anything. It's just two people talking, and people can access that, and people can actually perceive that and digest it.
Yeah.
And that's what's that's what's so interesting, and it's going much more in the human-centric.
Yeah, which is that real authentic side of the world, while the rest of it. And maybe it's the written language. I mean, a lot of the stuff I'm seeing, as I said before, you can see that it's AI, generated. That's the word.
And it's even less saying. It says, so if I would say, oh, and them kids, I would always say them, right? Them kids, them dogs, them people came in.
Yeah.
You would know this is a text for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I would give it my personality.
Yeah.
You don't hear that from AI, so everything is perfect. So everything is the same. So you can even diversify of, this was from her or him. And then AI, would just see what's collapsing now with the AI. So, and everybody I talk to, it's literally very many people I have contact. I'm talking about the human-centricity of AI, and we talk about it too.
Yeah.
And the human-centricity of AI, that's why the AI people always call me and say, what do you think? Come on my podcast. I would love to hear that. And what we see now is, and all our podcasts, we always ask, how can AI help us? Because we ask, it's a tool. How can a hammer help me to make sour cream? It can't. But how can a hammer hammer a nail? It can. So I'm asking specific for how can AI solve this? And I have not gotten, how many, we have like 35 episodes or
Yeah.
36 episodes, right?
Yeah.
I have not gotten, and it's almost, I would say about 25 have the AI, always at the end, because I'm putting it in on purpose, because people talk about AI, and I think it helps. I will also put it in because everybody talks about AI. But I want to get the use of that tool. And people think, oh, it's going to save me. It's not going to save you at all. AI is not going to save you. You know, it makes certain processes that are very linear easier. So if you want to calculate, you know, whatever, hours and meters and blah, 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 it will help you. But it won't help you to solve a creative problem. And most thing is creativity, which you and I say, everything is creative. And so I'm asking, I always said in my 20 question, I have like 7, which have more, but I don't have access to my computer right now. But when I do, I'll have 250, and it's probably now 300 questions that we find what can AI help with. Not to pick up the phone and say, oh, Michelle, oh, hi, Michelle, what do you want? And you say, I want, oh, we don't have that. Go, like my sister had a, what did she tell me? She had her washing machine broke.
Yeah.
And she called and she got into a loop. And then nobody picked up at the end. So she said, I'm going to try it out. She's dyslexic like we are. I'm going to try this whole thing out. And she waited, and the end was an English loop. It didn't go, and nobody picked up the phone. So they put it on AI, and it didn't.
But I mean, it's so. A lot of companies now use AI bots to answer basic questions. So you go into my husband's insurance the other day, because his car's broken down, and I want to know if he's got. This was the last one, but and I go in and I ask, is the breakdown cover included in my insurance? So it says no. Now I panic because I'm sure that I did include it and we're going to need it. And I need to speak to a person eventually. I get to a person. And then this guy assumes that I know that I have breakdown cover, but I don't, because the bot told me that I don't. And we completely miss each other until I had to go back and say,
story.
You know what I mean?
It's a beautiful story, because that's exactly what it is. It is not, the algorithm says, hey, they ask for coverage? No, because we're saving money. That's more important than, it says a priority. That algorithm to save money is more algorithm if you paid or not, because that can always be figured out at the end. Oh, you paid for it, okay. And then, see, this is the psychological. Now you're happy that you got the insurance. You didn't have to be happy. You paid for it anyway. See, this is the psychological. So you added it, and this is the mean thing with linear thinking and system thinking.
But this is also how easy it should be for companies to stand out from the crowd. You know,
of course.
My car insurance has to be renewed at the end of February. So I started looking around last week, and I found that my current insurance company is giving me it's like a few pence less than it is at the moment, and I was flabbergasted. And now I will most likely stick with them for a much longer time, because I feel like, okay, I'm valued or validated. I don't know, whatever.
Every human wants to be validated and contribute. Everybody. So, but when you are so eliminated to be valued, because the system relevant makes you not special, not one-on-one. So who cares? Michelle, you're just doing a job. And now the problem is, because AI takes over, people have even less value, less to contribute. So what they're doing ruckus. So when you cannot be famous, you're infamous. That's what famous people do. You can't be famous anymore. You go drugs, you do children or whatever. You do all that stuff, you know. So that's what's going on, and that's what I find. It's really bad it's really not helping anybody. It's not bad or good, but it's not helping anyone
Yeah,
to be anti-human, what we are, inhumane.
yeah. And I don't know if I mean, the Grammys happened this
I didn't
weekend.
see that. Yeah,
Yeah, I obviously got the kind of the main things because we have certain people who
yeah,
we like and we listen
yeah,
to their music, and Beyonce won Best Country Album of the Year,
yeah.
and I mean she doesn't make country music. She
Okay,
doesn't.
I
I'm
didn't know.
sorry.
I never heard it.
Yeah, so
I had a
it's
lot of
like,
people
wow.
hear that she's the best country. I heard a
She's
lot of
not.
people,
She's
but
not.
I've never heard a connoisseur saying, "Oh, she's really good."
She doesn't make country music, like, and I suppose this is what's troubling with where systems are taking over these human-centered things, like art and music and
Yeah,
those things. That system shouldn't get involved. If
in
I'm
art,
a
not in art,
popular,
not in art. System should never
well,
be.
yeah, in
Yeah.
music it seems like it is, that because that wasn't.
Because the last money is in there. It's not in paintings. The last
Yeah.
money is in music. Because people, that's like such a medium from art that people connect to. Rhythm. That's life. Rhythm,
Yeah.
soul. And so
Yeah.
the people, money is the last thing, and they see the electronic cannot do it. It has to be it has even if it's electronic music, it's not going to be good because it's not going to be on top. There's very few electronic, and also who puts the electronic. If I have a beat, bop, 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 and I take that beat, I didn't create that beat, but I heard it from one of the loops. I put that beat together with something. I put it together.
Yeah.
If I go bop, 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 it's I put it together.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a tool.
Well, yeah, and yet we need to. Well, we don't need to, but yeah, it's sad. It's
We
sad
can't
when
forget
fame
human
gets in
power.
the way of, or I don't know what it is, but it feels maybe unfairness. It feels unfair that there's someone competing in something that it's not their field, if that makes sense.
No, I think they can compete if they're truly see that perception. Our perception is so off that we think she is like Willie Nelson, and she is not like Willie Nelson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she also doesn't make country music.
No, I'm saying Willie Nelson is a country.
Yeah,
music,
yeah, no, I know.
And I say,
Yeah,
and the stuff is, I think she can be anywhere. If our perception was right, she has no chance.
Yeah.
If our perception is right.
Yeah.
And this is the same as with AI. Everything comes destroyed. And I think that this is beautiful that you said that. Because I think, we segregate, and we talked about this before, human-centric with nature, that's 101, that's our being. Then system relevant, industrial revolution, steam engines, blah, blah, blah. And then digital world now. These are three realms. One is the original realm. Then is the distracted realm that we created. And now it's the super distracted realm that's the thing. And what I still think anything is wrong with those realms. Our perception of mixing the realms. So I'm taking an electronic thing and mix that in. That's the problem. So I'm mixing the digital into the human-centric. And that doesn't work.
But that sounds very complicated to me.
No, it's not. No. The problem is that we're mixing the realms.
Yeah.
And human-centric is not system relevant. See, if we know that's a different realm, we're not mixing animals with humans. We know this is the element.
But we are connected to you know what I mean?
Yeah, but we don't mix it. We don't mix it and say, oh, he's, we mix, you and I mix it, monkey. But, but we don't mix it. We don't mix that and say, oh, a forest is human. Even though we segregate that, even though that's more one-on-one. But we don't segregate system relevance and human-centric. And we don't segregate systems with digital world. When you mix that, you get confused. So when I make billions of dollars in the digital world with crypto, that doesn't mean a human has contributed so much and has built up a wealth by having always creative ideas and being good. So you just get billions. I think I sent you that one thing where the guy made, he said it took him 8 years to make $500 million, and a lot of work. And then he got the $500 million and changed it in crypto, got $1 billion without interest, and made 40 billion in 2 years. He says, this is completely out of reality. This is in the digital world that is in digital realm, it's possible, but it's not possible in this. And then we shame ourselves in this realm and saying, oh, I'm not, and granted, he did the 500 million in the system world.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be available in the human-centric world. 500 million.
So what makes this complicated for me is if I'm just being, I am being, I am creating, I am, then to segregate all these things and understand which one is where, and it feels very rules oriented.
Not that you segregate it, but that you know the difference. That this is, you know your difference between your daughter's friends, your son's friends, and your husband's friends. You know the difference. You're aware of it. I'm talking about awareness. I'm not talking. You have to learn by heart what the system is. You know what the system. Once I tell you, you're aware.
Yeah.
If you say, hey, is computer? What world is that? That is system. That's digital world. What is internet? Digital world.
But I can be human-centric in the digital world. I can create
with the digital.
I can write in that realm.
They're all tools. The systems is like the steam engine is a tool.
Yeah.
Everything is a tool, which is wonderful that we actually talk about this. The human-centric that's the being. Then the system element is a tool that is physically costs something and whatever. It's not cheap. And the digital world, and this comes all from it's never enough no matter what. And the digital world, you just can make stuff up. I can cancel you.
Yeah, but this is why a lot of people are now want to remove ourselves from this social media world or digital world or whatever.
You can't. It's all just is.
Just is. I don't have to put my energy there.
No,
I can share what I'm doing, or this is now being streamed to a social media platform, but that doesn't mean that I'm different because that's happening, if that makes sense.
No, if I say, put all your thoughts in a hammer, you wouldn't say no, it's a hammer. And that system should be the same. It shouldn't be, oh my God, what can I do to game the system to get what I need from a family? Now you have to play this. The realm draws you in. You have to game the regular system, all the ministries and all that stuff. And then you have to do the digital world. And it's not about just being a human. So, it's not just coming there and saying, this is what I can do. And you have to game the system to get a job. You can't just say, I can do this. And you have to game the system in both. In system relevance and digital world. You can be you. Because there's no value in you. The value is in the system.
But you can be you, but you won't be celebrated, or you won't be successful, or you won't be whatever. Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of awareness is coming in, that is not the world that a lot of people want to waste their energy in anymore, because it's not authentic. But I can go there. Well, I struggle with all these separations. Like, where am I? Like, I'm always going to be...
No, you're always you. You don't need to worry about them. They are tools for you. Like, say, you create some beautiful perfume, right? Then you use the tool of a system to get that perfume out in your area. And then you want to be worldwide. You go to the digital world. I mean, it's just a tool. It's just some facility. It should be a facilitator, not a complicator. And for And for dyslexic people and neurodiverse people, these things are complicators, not easier. They're not supporting we created them to support humans. A system is here, like we said, right? The horse person that takes care of your horse. There's a system, you bring your horse there, they feed it, or you bring your kids there in the kindergarten. They take care of that, like the travel, right?
Yeah.
We said that. And it's a facilitator so that you can go in the woods and pluck berries or go hunting or whatever. It's a system. That's what the system is. That's what a digital thing is, to facilitate your essence.
Yeah. 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 But yet we yearn to go back to the picking the cherries and berries in the woods instead, or chopping the wood, or whatever it is.
And we wouldn't be fulfilled if we just do that. I don't think we would be older people, you and I, but not the kids. Your kids would not be happy to go pluck berries. You know, I mean, they would like to go on Sundays with you and whatever, but I don't think they would be. They're fascinated by all this stuff because they're all creations. Only the way these creations are used confuses, and they're mixing them up. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting as we are heading to South Africa in 13 sleeps, 12 hours. Then it will be a practice of being, being connected to the earth, walking barefoot and being aware of snakes, being aware of people that might not be, having any, other people's good well-being at heart,
but
and
do they have that in England? No, they don't have that in England. You don't know.
They do in the cities. We don't live in a city. We don't have that so much, but you do, just on a different level, and yet at home in South Africa, there's so much more connection between people because we look each other in the eye and we talk to each other, and we have that
you use the six senses.
Because we're being part of life. We are experiencing life together in a place where it can change at any minute. So that's going to be really nice. Go snorkeling and fishing and all of that stuff. Which is that is living for me. That is being human.
See, I like everything. I prefer, obviously, the human centricity. Everything has to be in context with me and being human.
Yeah.
But I prefer the digital world, and also I prefer it only because they're human. I don't prefer to be on Zoom if there was not a human on the other end. I'm not preferring Zoom having an AI avatar of you talking to me.
No, that would be stupid.
and this is the whole thing.
Yeah.
We mix this whole thing. We think humans can be replaced. If somebody picks up the phone, it can be an AI person. That's the death. That's the death of us.
Yeah.
When we replace human with human tasks, when you talk to somebody, let's say somebody's ready to kill himself, and if you would have just called that person, that would be a person instead of an AI. I can't wait when they figure the attorneys figure that out.
Yeah.
And say, hey, this person was running, and then he wanted to talk to somebody, and AI talked to him.
Yeah.
Because and it's not about suicide hotline. I'm not talking that. I'm just saying, hey, it all contributes. It might not be that AI that killed you, but it might be on the way that I wanted to fix my washing machine, right?
Yeah.
And I couldn't. And again, it's always the devaluation of humans.
Well, it could even be more physical than that in health insurance, in not being able to get the care that you need because of a system error I mean, this isn't far-fetched in any way. This happens by the hundreds of thousands on a daily basis, I would almost say.
Yeah.
And it seems to be okay. And that's where the issue comes in, where it's not okay. It's never okay.
Never okay, especially a system has to serve you. They always forget it. It doesn't serve by technology. It doesn't. It doesn't. It has to serve you in the intent of the system.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about your insurance and you choose to have a human, you should have the choice. Look, if you choose, I can talk to an AI for that.
Yeah.
There's a choice. Do you want to do an AI?
Yeah.
I want to talk to, and also that would reveal that people want to talk to humans. But they would never do that because they don't want you to reveal that. Because then it's never enough. So we need to get more, right? We need to get more. We need to save costs, which is the only alternative.
Yeah.
So,
and we need to strive to an outcome. So this is a lot of corporate talk as well, is clearer communication. What do you want? What is your outcome? What is your need? And it simplifies everything to a place where there isn't the emotional aspect to it. There isn't the human, the one of oneness in it anymore.
How do you want 8 billion people to have outcomes? Generalized. That's impossible.
No.
Impossible.
No.
I told you I have now talked, about the other issue that I have talked now yesterday. They had no idea. And I thought because this was 2 months in December, right? They said, we're going to fix up the Austrian and American. We're going to fix all that stuff up. I had no idea yesterday. They said, we're going to send you a thing. So, and I'm not getting taken care of. It doesn't support me at all.
And it makes me angry, very angry. I would have lost my rag, so to say, a long time ago, because of the incompetency within systems.
But humans have made that. They have made that from top on. The fish never stinks from the bottom, always from the head. The fish always smells from the head. You know that.
Yeah.
And the good intent is the walk into the,
Yeah.
Good intent is the elegant thing that they want, and then it just good intent gets you. What is it called? Good intent gets you into hell.
The road to hell is paved by good intent.
Good intent, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's systemic, not in the humans. In systemic, it is.
But intentions don't give you actions. Like, it's one thing to have the intent. I have an intent to give you a safe, warm, dry home, all those things, but I don't have the ability or the power or the I can't do it. So my intent is worth nothing.
And they all have an intent. The 8 people that I talked to, the 8 agencies that I talked to,
they should have the power.
No, they're powerless. No, they're more powerless than you. That's it, because you can at least attend to me as a human. They can't. They're just super nice.
So why? Why are they there?
Because the fish is never enough. I keep telling you, it's never enough from the bottom, from the top. It's never enough. And the people now, they figure out that all these people made them wash away, that the money is gone. They don't know where it is, where it went. That's the biggest.
There's no lack of money, though. I mean,
there's no lack. No, but it's,
you know what I mean. There is no lack of space. There's no lack of anything.
But the fear of it's never enough. The fear of the scarcity that we made, the scarcity global thing that we made is never enough. So if you have 1 million, that's never enough. People say, in the old days, the people said, I have 1 million, I don't care. I can live till the rest of my life.
I'll be happy with 1 million. I will go and live on an island and fish and
whatever you want to do.
I will live and be and invite everybody.
But that's not anymore. No, it's not anymore. Because, hey, what are you going to do? And also, you lose it. You don't even want to invite anybody. They say, I'm losing it. Or if I want to invite, I have to keep generating. So this is something really, we talked about technology today and what it should actually it's all about the relationship between technology and humans.
Well, using technology as a tool, but there has to be a human element in there.
There has to be the human-centric intent and the human-centric understanding. See, the comprehension is we have to serve systems. It was never built like that. Systems have to serve you. Why would humans create a system like a horse thing or kids thing? Why would they do that? Not to serve the system, that the system serves them, that they have more ability to find their limitlessness and go out.
Yeah,
and everybody wins. Everybody wins. If you have a tribe and you make a kid system and a cooking system and a horse system and a pig system, everybody wins. There's no loser. And in the system, it wins, and everything is about winning and losing. And segregation. Oh, you the system, I'm not. There's no segregation. We are all. Everything is everything.
Yeah.
But we pretend. See, it's the pretension. The pretension. This was very interesting.
Yes, it was. And I thank you. And I want to tell you next time, we have one more before my trip to South Africa, and I'm going to have to come back and tell you all about it. But
I can't wait.
We're watching a game show, a show thing made by Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast is a YouTuber that the kids have watched. He's made, I don't know how many millions on YouTube.
Yeah.
And this game is called the Beast Games, I think. And it's really a sociological experiment. It's fascinating to watch. The person that wins walk out with 5 million, but every now and then he throws in little things of money and playing off being a good person and needing money, and it's like all this. I find it very interesting how we measure our own worth often against other people's judgments. A man with children and a family that is in debt has different needs than a 18-year-old that's just finished school. You know what I mean? But they are measured in the same way. Yeah, according to their moral judgment. Gandhi
said poverty is the biggest violence against human, because people, and I never understood that, but I understand it now, because when you're in fight flight all the time, you lose your and I see it with my friends. If you're in fight flight, you cannot think rationally anymore.
No,
the rationality goes totally out the drain, and then you're not you when you're in fight flight. Your DNA takes over to survive. And then you steal, and then also you steal and you attack each other. And then we see in poor neighborhoods, they steal from each other. And here, when there's in America, in the areas where they think, how you see all that stuff when they go and rob all this stuff, which I think is a media construct. I don't think it is really that bad. Of course it is, but it's not all over. And so,
poverty. I mean, this is an interesting conversation, and I think we need to pick this up again.
Probably write it down.
It's when I went to
Mozambique, control people, right?
When I went to Mozambique, it was 16 years ago. We went on for a trip there, and those people are poor, very poor, but they're happy, especially those rural kind of. Now there's a lot of unrest, and it's people from the outside coming in and doing horrible things. But to watch a woman sweeping around her hut, it's beautifully clean. She's got food. They fish. She's got, that's not poverty to me.
No, that's not.
But she doesn't have any money.
Poor. I don't feel poor. I feel very abundant. But the poverty makes something, and it's money is the most beautiful thing we can have, because it shows us our worth, and it's a really good flag. We can actually interact with it, right? But when that money is controlled and says, your being is only good when you have money, that's what then, again, it's not a tool. The tool is taken away. The great tool of money is showing your value.
Yeah.
I mean, that taste taken away, then you're lost. And saying, hey, I'm sorry, you don't have money, you're not worthy anything.
Yeah. Well, money isn't a measure of our value.
But in the system, yes.
In the system, it is,
Yeah,
but it
in the
isn't.
human-centric, nobody cares.
No.
Because we don't even know. Because if we find a star, I've met so many stars that had no money. They literally were once famous, and they're like really every month's thing because it's all systemly made. They are rich, they're the, and then they don't have anything. So I've seen so many rich people. I thought, oh my God, I never thought that person. Look, they're thinking about me. 450, 500 podcasts, 8 books. This. They think I have no worries in life, whatever. And I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
But I'm still, money
But you
decides
don't
and
have
affects
what
me.
you need.
Affects me. And I don't even think if I had the money, then I could find the work. Because I haven't found anything.
Yeah.
That's
systems. That's another system.
That's why we have that awareness. See, we use the drama and we use it to make awareness. God sakes, because if I don't, I would pay into that and just jump off a roof or something.
Yeah, but this is the thing though about this. Someone called it low-level trauma that we constantly submitted to, like whether it's living in lack or not. It's all elements of trauma that our nervous system has to process constantly.
It increases our fear of the 8 billion people having a fear of being.
Yeah.
See, the thing is why we should focus on even the digital world, because we can't be that person, like you said, that cleans around her hut or whatever. We can't be it. We have to do this because we can't just be that anymore. Because we don't trust it, because we were devalued for so long, and we were developed not by anyone. There's no finger pointing. We devalued ourselves by it's never enough, no matter what, because that faulty system. And then we devalue the human, because the only value of this world is nature and humans. There's nothing. Show me anything else. If you can shut off humans tomorrow and the resources of Earth, systems will be completely irrelevant.
Yeah, no.
If you do it the other way around, it would be hard, but we would find something and recreate it, because we're creative. And systems are not creative.
No.
See, creativity is the essence of value.
Yeah.
See? Because we always figure something out.
Yeah, I agree.
This is beautiful. This was
very. You started, so you need to just end this off for us with this. You said this at the beginning, and I didn't get it all. So you said wisdom is the awareness of being connected to
the conscious, the mastermind.
The collective unconscious.
Conscious.
Yeah.
And then once you see it's enough reflected, then you get the essence, because the awareness is just, you and my mastermind. So, but when you then talk to your daughter and your husband, and you see that too, you alter that awareness a little bit, like a wording or something, and it gets clearer.
Yeah.
And then you go say it, and everybody say, "Hey, Michelle, that is unbelievable," and that becomes wisdom.
Yeah.
It's just awareness first, and wisdom. It just grows into the wisdom,
Yeah.
And wisdom is basically can be used for most people, in that relation. Because if I give you a wisdom about cars, and somebody doesn't have a car, it doesn't mean anything to him,
Yeah. Well, that's very good, and it kind of ties in with my newest
we want to promote that,
of consciousness, and
if people are excited about us, and we studied that, they should do your course that you give for, so that people actually, because knowledge is done. We talked about it.
No.
You can forget knowledge. Knowledge is completely done. It's because if you knowledge, you push AI, and then you don't get the right thing. So we have really destroyed human knowledge. We have destroyed that. So what's really left is wisdom, awareness, and wisdom.
Yeah.
And who does that? Michaell.
Well, it's a collective. It's not just one person. No one can teach you wisdom either. It's an inside job.
You can't but there's the awareness of,
Yeah.
and especially if you, they can do this. They can watch our show.
Yeah.
And they see, and probably the understanding of their six senses is more than you can ever teach them. They can actually say, how do they? They're not prepared. They're not having teams. They have nothing, and they just create something on the fly. Obviously, we are both artists. That helps.
Yeah.
Because
But everybody is an artist, you know.
Everybody is an artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we have that. We use the senses to have a dance in front of billions of people that want to see it.
Yeah.
And we just are.
Yes. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
I will see you next week.
Perfect.
And be well. That's a love.